my name is Jess and welcome to my channel. Hi guys, if you have never seen my face before, my name is Jess and I make YouTube videos, and I make videos all about my life as a musical theater performer living in New York City. I'm here. That's New York City. So, because while most kids grew out of the title of
theater kid,
I turned into a theater adult, which is far worse. I think that's my shtick now, to be perfectly honest. So if that interests you, be sure to hit that subscribe button below because it helps me out so much. I would also like to say a big thank you to Lingoda for sponsoring today's video, and we will hear more about that in a few. But for now, let's just hop into this video because we've got a lot of things to talk about. Yeah. Okay, so hi guys. I prepared some things to talk about, but basically like, I'm just gonna talk a lot of life updates relating to some things. So before I get too ahead of myself, let's go back to the beginning. And by the beginning, I mean like maybe college. So if you guys didn't already know, I graduated with a BFA in musical theater from the University of Central Florida in Orlando. After I got my degree, I started working at Disney as a performer. So I'd been working at Disney in the theme parks prior to graduating, but never in a performance kind of capacity, at least with Disney. So that was something that I had always wanted to do, and right after I got out of college, about 3 months after, I was able to book my first equity job as DJ in the Disney Junior Dance Party, which is kind of like the biggest thing to, one, have ever happened to me, two, just like was the biggest thing like I don't even know how to say this, but like gave me the motivation of like, girl, you got this thing that's so amazing, you can do this. So it was a very like reaffirming kind of experience for me, and it was hands down the best job I've ever had. Hopefully not that I will ever have, but it was wonderful, and we can definitely go into a little bit more depth about that in a future video, but I've definitely talked about my experience there before, but we'll push that to the side for now. So around March 2020, we kind of all know what happened with the pandemic Lovato, and with that I ended up being furloughed from my job at Disney, and then quite a few months later being officially laid off from the company. But before I left, I knew that I wanted to take my equity card, because at the time the Actors Equity Association was very difficult to get into unless you either had earned the points to join the union, or if you had kind of taken the fast pass route like I had, which was being in a show that would have basically automatically given you your card, which gave you the access to the union. So luckily Disney was one of those places that was able to automatically give out cards. Before I left Disney, I knew that I wanted to do that because I knew that eventually I wanted to join the union. So around December, January, I decided that I really wanted to move. I really wanted to experience life somewhere else. And originally I thought that was going to be like Seattle, Portland. I don't know why, because I've never actually been to the West Coast, but in my mind, I think I was looking for a cheaper New York City. And that kind of led me to realize that I wanted to go to New York City, and that was something I'd never wanted to do before. But I realized then that there was nothing holding me in Orlando, kind of for the first time ever. The prices were obviously still expensive, but cheaper
because of COVID.
Anyways, so I decided to make the move, and in May of 2021 of this year, I moved up to New York City. So when the pandemic hit, going back a little bit, I started a job as a social media coordinator at a company, and this was definitely a big step in like another direction from the theater, because I had never really worked in marketing or social media before, but I did have this YouTube channel, which honestly gave me a lot of experience and was the reason why I got that first job in the first place. And so I was working at that job for I think around 9-ish months. I started in August of 2020 and then worked up until I actually moved to New York, and was working it a bit up here, but decided that I wanted to go after something else, and I got another job as a marketing coordinator for another company, but it was here in the city, and I was working in office, technically am. That news to come. Technically am working in the office, and I work in social media and also just overall marketing, sending out emails, doing a bunch of things, which is really cool. But recently, like a few days ago recently, I had kind of a revelation, and the revelation was that the one thing that I loved more than anything in life, truly, as cheesy as that sounds, was theater. It was performing. And I would see all of these people on TikTok, on YouTube, and they were doing auditions and they were going after their dreams. And obviously things are still a little rough right now with the COVID pandemic, but I was seeing people still able to go after their dreams, still doing the thing, still working hard, and progressing in that field. And I very recently felt like I had kind of taken a step back, and I knew that I had, because obviously I had to switch careers because of the
pandemic Lovato.
But I was realizing that I wasn't able to do the things that I wanted to do. I wasn't able to go after the career that I want so much because I was busy working in another career that I was not passionate about. I just kind of snapped in a way, and I was like, I I just can't do this anymore. So as of like 3 days ago, I put in my 2 weeks as a marketing coordinator for my full-time job that gives me benefits. Ooh. And now that I'm 26, the whole insurance thing is a little scary, and it's something that I'm definitely gonna be figuring out. But that's kind of the news, is that I quit my full-time marketing job. And you might be asking, Jessica, Jess, why would you do that? Because I got another job. So let's chat. Hi guys, sponsor Jess here. Today we're going to be talking about Lingoda. Lingoda is an online learning platform where you can learn languages from the comfort of your own home. Lingoda has tons of different languages to choose from, and what's really cool is that they are online Zoom sessions with teachers who are native speakers of the language. So if you guys didn't know, I have been learning and kind of relearning French. It's one of my favorite things to do. I absolutely love the French language. And Lingoda offers online Zoom sessions with native French speakers where you can join a class with other people from literally across the globe and learn together. It's just really cool, very community-based, and I am such a big fan of it. But the teacher that you have is going to walk you through the lesson plan, ask you questions. My personal favorite classes are the communication classes because I'm able to talk not only with the teacher but with the fellow students in the class, and it's been really cool to be able to connect with people from all across the world while coming together to learn a language. If you too are also interested in learning another language, I would highly suggest Lingoda because they do have this really cool program called the Lingoda Sprint. Basically, the Lingoda Sprint is a challenge that you commit to for yourself. If you win the sprint, you kind of get it for free. So let me go into details about that. So Lingoda offers 2 types of sprints. The first one is going to be 15 classes within a month, and the second one's going to be 30 to 31 classes within a month. So basically a class every day. If you complete the Lingoda Sprint, where you do a class every single day for about 3 months, all of those classes, all of that learning that you got is free. I know, it's free. It's very cool. So it's an awesome way to learn a language if you're on a budget and you feel like you can really take on this challenge. I really think it's such a cool idea because I feel like it brings language learning to people who might not otherwise have the opportunity to learn a language, especially with the native speakers of that language. If you guys are interested in hearing more about Lingoda or signing up for a Lingoda Sprint, go ahead down to the link in my bio where all of the information will be listed. There will be a sign up link down there as well as a voucher code, and I highly recommend going to check them out. Thank you again to Lingoda for sponsoring this video, and now I gotta go get back to some French classes. I actually was able to get 2 new jobs as of right now. I'm kind of working on a third, but I have 2 jobs right now that I feel will very much sustain me in kind of my
Dreams
of, being a performer and honestly going on Broadway or going on a national tour. Those are things that I've always wanted to do. And so I'll talk about one first, and then we'll talk about the one that's actually on Broadway after this. Okay, so the first job that I got is that I will be working as an educator at Lululemon. Yes, I'm very excited. I love athletic clothes, and that specific store that I'll be working at, tons of my friends from college actually work there already, which is how I heard about the job opening. There's a lot of great benefits, and I'm really excited because I love talking with people, and a lot of people hate retail, but I actually really like it, especially if you're working in a retail space that supports you and has, benefits. Like, it's really great. So I'm really excited to start working there and kind of just immerse myself in the healthy lifestyle space again, because honestly, I've been eating like total crap. I haven't moved at all. I wake up, go to work, come back, and that's it. So I'm really excited to be surrounding myself with not only like-minded theater people, because like all the people that work there are performers, because they just need a flexible schedule, which is what I wanted, but also in the health space. And I feel like being around a lot of those people that prioritize that is going to make me prioritize my own health, which I think is always a good thing. So the other job that I got is actually on Broadway. Now, before we get too excited, we can still be excited, but before we get too excited, it's not performing.
Yes.
But I'm really excited that I will be joining the COVID safety team for Broadway shows as an audience facilitator, which basically means that I will be the one that you see before you go into a Broadway show that kind of verifies your vaccine status or your negative COVID test. And I'm really excited because I get to be a part of the team that keeps Broadway open and keeps Broadway safe. And I have chills thinking about it because I know myself and a lot of other people were deeply impacted by this pandemic, and the fact that I'm able to be a part of a team that helps kind of bring it back for people. And I'm going to be there when people see their first Broadway show back from all of this craziness. And I know how much we all know how much Wicked affected me. Why am I like this? Being even a little bit of the part of the team that keeps Broadway going and gets to see people before they go into their first show back. I'm really excited. I literally have chills, and I'm just like, this is dumb. Why are you like this? Why am I like this? I'm so emotional, in case we haven't noticed, but I'm really excited, especially because I get to go in through the stage door and I get to go into the house and I get to see how Broadway works. And so I had this conversation with a few of my friends. I understand the Orlando theater scape and space very well. I understand how auditions work. I understand everything. I felt very confident in, you know, Orlando. And coming up here, it's a whole new world. It's a lot of things that I don't understand. I don't get how things work. You know, I was backstage at Disney World, and that's a big deal for some people, but I got used to it because that was work. But here, when they're like, yeah, meet inside the stage door, we're gonna meet in the house, we're gonna go backstage, like, what? On Broadway?
Me?
So it's this big deal, and obviously, like, I don't know, I'm just really excited because I feel like it's just gonna be so good to get literally get my foot in the door. Like, she's literally walking into the stage door, folks. If you guys happen to see me out and about, I will be working quite a lot. It's a big team because I need a lot of people. So I'll be at various different Broadway shows. I think I'm gonna work on 21 different shows, which is just incredible, and I'm really excited. And I also get the opportunity to go and watch the show after my work is done. If there's an extra seat, they're like, go ahead, take it. I'm like, excuse me? Really freaking out. I'm very excited. But I decided to take both of those jobs because I really wanted the flexibility of, you know, being able to audition, being able to make my own schedule again. That is something that I loved doing in Orlando because I felt like I had freedom, because I had the freedom to control when I would work, when I would not work. After many months of working, actually over a year, really, of working a 9 to 5, and then actually, no, it was a 9 to 6, working 9 to 6, Monday to Friday. It's something that I very much realized it's not for me, and maybe it will be for me later on, who knows? But right now it was sucking my soul and killing me. Not even slowly, just very quickly. I can't. I just couldn't do 9 to 6, Monday to Friday in an office. It wasn't my thing. And I knew it wasn't gonna be my thing because I have a degree in performance, but it was something that I had to do, and it was something that I'm glad I did because I had a lot of experience. I got so much experience, both this current job and the past job, so I'm very thankful for that. But I'm very thankful that I kind of had the motivation to break myself out of a cycle that I feel if I didn't break out of, I might have stayed in forever, because, you know, stability is comfortable and it's safe. But I've never been one that likes that. I've never been one that likes safe. I like risks. I don't like roller coasters, but I do like risks. I like to see what I can do, and I like to go after the things that I know that I want, because I've always been very sure as a person, and I've always been like aware of how much I love theater and how much I love doing the things that I love doing. And so I'm really proud of myself that I was able to kind of take a really scary step moving forward to give myself a little bit more instability, which in turn is going to give me more freedom. So I'm just proud of myself. I'm just gonna pat myself on the back there. And that is all to say that with this new kind of free schedule that I have and creating my own schedule, I'm gonna have a lot more time for YouTube, in that I'll probably be working more at night so I can actually film again. I have like one ring light, the other one's kind of broken somewhere, I don't even know where it is, and then it gets dark. It's 6:11 right now. It's almost dark, so there's not a lot of daytime to work with, so I always found myself pushing videos off until, like, you know, the weekends, because I didn't want to film at night. So it's gonna give me a lot more flexibility and motivation to kind of film videos during the day, and I'm really excited because I feel like this step is gonna give me the motivation to be creative again, which is something I felt like I lost because I was putting all my creativity and all my energy into building someone else's dream, and I wanted to build my own. And so here we are. It sounds so cheesy, but it was true, and that was kind of the thing that snapped me out of it, was that I wanted to build my dream again, and instead I was building someone else's. And some people like that. Some people want to do that, and that's totally cool. But I know for me at this point in my life, I want to work on mine. Obviously, I'm going to be working jobs that will support that, but they're going to be the jobs that give me the freedom to go after what I want in this life.
So
that was my spiel. I feel like a kind of a weight has been taken off of my shoulders since I put in my 2 weeks. I still have about a week and a half left at my job. I do have a few shifts working on Broadway next week, so I'm really pumped for that, but I'm really excited for the future, and I'm really proud of myself for taking that step. Thank you for joining with me on this little bit of a ramble. I just wanted to update you guys on some big life changes and tell you guys that I'm gonna be on YouTube a lot more often. This was so aggressive. I'm gonna be on YouTube hopefully about once a week. I want to make it to a point where I can kind of go on like a schedule, and like every Friday I'm gonna upload a video. That is what I really want to do. I'm not gonna put anything in stone yet because I don't want to overwhelm myself, because that's what happened last time, and we're not doing that again. We are learning from our mistakes. So I'm definitely gonna be on here way more often for you guys, making a lot of theater content, making a lot of New York content, because that's the content I wanna make, and apparently it's the content that you guys wanna see. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you are not already subscribed and have gotten through this whole thing, what are you doing? Subscribe below. It's a good time. It is, I promise. It's gonna be like super fun. And if you want to subscribe here, then you may want to, like, I don't know, hop over to Instagram over here. That is also a good time. I also am on my stories like all the time. So if you want to chat, send me a DM and we can definitely chat. I'd love to hear from you. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I will catch you guys in my next one, and yeah, see you soon. Bye.